Okay, here we go. So, this is an interesting one that I thought I'd share. I usually only share the ones that I do really well in, particularly if I get over 2,000 base experience points, or there we go, or something odd happens, like that time that I sank 2 carriers with a submarine. This one's worth checking out because it was a good battle, but I don't get bank robbery amounts of experience points for it, but at the end you'll see why. And unusually friendly in the chat at the beginning. I usually get suspicious of that these days, which is a bad place to be, really, but there you go. Anyway, so here we are. I can't remember what it's called. Northern Lights map, there we go. I can never remember the name. This one. Not one of my favourite maps, but I'm in a... I just picked up the Yugumo. Almost finished Japanese torpedo destroyers. Of course, I already have the gun destroyers done. I already have most destroyers done. This is one of the last. Good little destroyer. You can get it down to... Oh, it doesn't actually show you the stats, never mind. But the detectability is 5.5. It's got really powerful torpedoes. It's got hard-hitting guns, but their fire rate and turret traverse is diabolical. It's got a smoke, it's got a speed booster, the usual stuff. And I'm quite happy I'm out in an open area here with my low detectability. Oh my word. My phone's going off. I'll have to grab that in a second. So there we go. Torpedoes loaded. Now I'm looking behind me because I'm like, okay, so who's I've got behind me? I've got a Slava. I've got a St. Vincent. I've got a Rune, although he's buggering off to the side. And a Khabarovsk. Destroyer Khabarovsk is coming up as well. Unlike the Yugumo, the Khabarovsk has absolutely terrible detectability. Now, see that Napoli over there? If I'd known he was there, I'd have fired my torpedoes at him, but I literally lined up on the Schlieffen, fired my torpedoes, then looked up and realised that there was a Napoli there. And I was like, ah, shit. But, in the end, it all works out. So, I mean, the agreement I said with the guys at the beginning, and you can see the spotting, damage by spotting going up. I'm not going to fire at him, don't worry. I just wanted to zoom in on him, see which way his guns were pointing. I wanted to do as much spotting for these guys as possible so they could concentrate on one ship. But I fired my torpedoes at the Schlieffen, but they're busy farming him down anyway. But, check it out. And there's kill number 1. Boom.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Excuse me. So that's a good start. We've made the first kill. The enemy have taken the first zone, which is a bit annoying. Nobody really contested C on our side. Yes, I told them to try and concentrate on the Napoli. I figured the Napoli was the next best target to go for. It was slightly broadside on. It's a cruiser as opposed to a battleship. They might make a quick kill out of it. Well, somebody decided they would go for the Protean instead. Fine, whatever. They're not obliged to do what I say. I was going to turn into that side, then I see a Daring over there. I highlight the Daring and say, hey, destroyer, shoot at that. And luckily enough, a lot of people do, but they don't kill it. But I turn away from it, and I'm being careful here because I'm 6.5 away from the Daring with a 5.5 kilometer sighting, and it's turning me towards the Napoli to get away from that. And I'm like, I do not want to be in range of a Napoli secondaries. So... Which way are you going, Napoli? Make up your mind. I'll just guess. You know, he seems to be wanting to turn in and away. Torpedoes have a 10k range, so they'll catch him. You know, they'll get him. So, but as you can see, there's a 90-second reload. That's what the reload brought down. It can be a bit nerve-wracking sometimes, sailing around between two fleets, waiting for your torpedoes to reload. So how are we doing on the old Napoli there? What's going on? 1 hit, and it's caused a flood. Damage is ticking over. Damage was ticking over, so obviously left it a second before he uses damage control. And he's smoked up now. I don't know why, I was not going to save him from torpedoes.
I request fire support.
Yeah, and now there's the Daring again, so once again I've said to everybody, hey, destroyer over there, guys. The Khabarovsk is sitting at the back, kiting away and shooting as if it's a light cruiser. I don't object to that, because the Khabarovsk, it's a destroyer. It's it's not in a destroyer. There goes the Khabarovsk. He's dead now anyway. So that's the thing. But its detectability is diabolical, and it's very heavily gunned. It's pretty much just a light cruiser without a citadel, which means there's no point in it up here and being up here in the weeds with in the weeds in the trenches with me. He's just going to get seen and killed. Although, how did that work out? He got killed anyway. Down goes another enemy Ruprecht. Let's have a look at that operation there. I mean, the torpedoes are up, but he's turning, and I'm reluctant to fire until I know where he's going, basically. Alright, there we go. The Napoli's bugging out. He's had enough. The main people behind me are that Slava and the St. Vincent. Keep an eye on the St. Vincent, because he does very well. We do end up sending a +1 compliment to each other. Down goes Kurfürst, down goes Rune. They outnumber them on the other side. Watch, here we go, Prussian. Boom. 4 torpedo hits. Blew his ass out of the water, kill number 2. 100,000 points of damage. But, yeah. We were outnumbered on this side. And we're holding them off and pushing them back. And on the other side, they outnumbered the enemy, and they're just... we can't keep up with this, basically. Wouldn't mind taking that Hindenburg out next, but I know the battleship guy's going to shoot at the Iowa, because that's the one that's showing them broadside. Not a good idea for an Iowa. I've still got 30 seconds left of torpedoes. So I'm still circling around here, spotting stuff. I don't highlight one particularly, because I know there's no point. I know they're going to shoot at the broadside of that Iowa, although somebody shot at it with a high explosive. I'm not sure which. I think the Slava, because it looked like a full broadside, and St. Vincent's pointing front forward, so he wouldn't be able to fire a full broadside. AP at the Hindenburg. Well, there you go. Torpedoes are back. I've got to work out what I'm going to do with them. Fire them at the Hindenburg, and hey, they might miss and hit the Iowa. You never know. They're looking pretty good. Hindenburg's definitely going to take 1. Boom, there he is there. Flood. And he's flooding. The Iowa managed to dodge them. Boom. St. Vincent killed the Hindenburg. I don't object to that. I wanted him out of the way. That's a heavy cruiser that can cause me all sorts of grief. Iowa left on this flank. The Napoli and the Daring buggered off. Both of them. This flank has essentially been held. Effectively been held by myself, the St. Vincent and the Slava. Although, if you look at the map... I don't know if I can bring the map up. No, I can't. If you look at the mini-map down here... I don't have any. There we go. Down here. They flanked us. They've moved up to the side here. The Slava managed to actually put the Iowa down. Boom. Must have fucking absolutely multiple citadel him. So now the destroyers are smoking up inside that cap area and are spamming the guys they can see, which isn't me, but it's the guys that I'm kind of relying on here. So I've got torpedoes coming up shortly. It's not ideal trying to torpedo destroyers, but I'm not against it. It's just a case of working out where they're going. He's turning heavily here, but he's not going to stay in that course, is he? So at this point, I'm like, I might as well just spray someone, one on each side of where he's going. I got spotted. I got to within 5.5 of that Daring. What an idiot. But yeah, I just sprayed torpedoes on both sides and hoped he was at one of those sides when they get there. I mean, Daring's got hydro. He could well know that they're coming. With plenty of torpedoes to starboard. So, I mean, as you may have noticed, I mean, the score is actually quite close, but they've got... Oh, that's a hit. A palpable hit. That must have been the daring. So if he's not dead, he cannot have... the guy's saying, thanks, Yugumo, for the smoke. I actually put it down for the benefit of myself. But... I was... but it helped hide him as well. He's hiding behind the smoke screen because he was getting shot up quite badly. You saw the thin sliver of health he had left. Now, lucky enough, the those ships have British heals, so he'll get quite a lot of health back. Meanwhile, this guy... Now, I would lose a gunfight against a daring in this thing, no problem at all. But he was down to garbage after that torpedo hit, so I can put him down. What I mean, the problem stems from the fact that that's a Kitakaze, and that's not a gunfight I'm ever going to win. Look at the rate of fire that thing is spraying shot at me. Yeah, my guns can't do that. So at the moment, I'm just waiting for my gun bloom to go away and my detection to go back down. Done. He's still spraying, of course, because he wants to just see if he can get a lucky hit. He did knock out a rear gun with blind shot, but it doesn't matter. I've no real reason to use guns at the moment. But all the time they've been on 3 caps and we haven't been on any caps. The main problem is they're now racking up, from being 100 points ahead of us, they're now 400 points ahead of us. Yeah. And that's, as you can see in the chat, he's saying we need to cap. We kind of do. So I end up saying to him, you know, I'll cap this and then go through. It doesn't end up working out quite like that, and to be honest with you, in hindsight, I don't think it would have made any difference. As I say to him, I'll take this and then go to B. But what ends up happening, which kills that idea, the idea was we get A, then I go down and get B. We have 2 caps going, we slow them down, and we can maybe, you know, with a kill, we can catch them back up maybe. So there you go, I've just taken A. Here's where the problem lies. The Kitakaze, look at it, literally as soon as I go out of A, he's gone back in it. And now he's capping A. Yeah, I even put it in the chat there. Kit it in A cap. So, you know, I can go down and cap B now if I want to, but that's not going to do us any good. It'll be 1 cap and we're fucking hundreds of points behind. At that point, the St. Vincent kind of says, well, let's just charge him down. He says it in the chat in a second. I can't remember exactly what he says. Let's kill him. There you go. So, I've no reason not. I mean, I could go down there and cap B, but what's that going to do? Besides which, I've got the lowest detectability. I'm better off spotting him for him. Yeah, our Halland ended up losing a duel against whatever it was he was fighting down there. Someone's called him an idiot. I don't know what happened on the other flank. You know, all we were doing was just, you know, watching, you know, ships evaporate on the marker there. And in hindsight, looking at it, I don't know what else myself and the St. Vincent could have done. I don't know what else we could do. Yeah, I typed it in the chat there. We put up a good fight. Yeah, I mean, 126,000 points of damage. 3 kills. I don't know what else you want. So, you know.
Engine boost activated.
What did he say there? I missed it. The idiots are the ones who dies in like the first 10 seconds. I'm just a casual player trying to have a bit of fun. Oh, well. Yeah, I've been in plenty of battles where plenty of idiots have died in the first 10 seconds because they just charge forward and then can't understand why it is they're being gunned down. I can't change that. You know, and I've typed in there, yeah, the Kitakaze ran. He knows his stuff. He doesn't need to fight. He doesn't. They've just passed 900 points. The point behind this one wasn't that, you know, that this was a good win. It wasn't. It was a hard-fought battle. I mean, let's face it, they only have 3 ships left at the end. It's not like we gave them an easy time. But, yeah. So you get a flash just said this is lost anyway. It is. I decided to charge through into C just to see if I can
Final countdown
grab what's there.
Only 5 minutes remain.
I wouldn't normally recklessly charge into a cap like this without support, but they're 50 points away from winning. What do you want me to do? Yeah, it was me saying that I was going to throw and I did throw a compliment at the St. Vincent for his help on that side. He was a good guy to have behind you when you're a destroyer. There's the Ennio Boki, but that's not what's going to get me. Watch this. Napoli was right there, the one I was tormenting earlier, and I'm not surviving this. Those are Napoli secondaries. I think it was the Ibuki that actually killed me. Yeah, it was. I was rather hoping that the trailer afterwards would last long enough for my torpedoes to at least hit the Napoli, but they didn't. Unfortunate. But I got 1,134 experience points in a losing battle. I don't think I've ever gotten 1,000 experience points when I've lost before. I mean, maybe I have. It's possible I have. I don't know. And in addition to that, it wasn't as if there was only one of us that got 1,000 points on the losing side. St. Vincent got 1,029. He did well. What did he get? He got Dreadnought and Fireproof. Survived to the end and took more damage than he had health. Considering how low he was at one point, that doesn't surprise me. I can't remember what you have to do to get Fireproof. I think you have to take like 40% of your ship's health points in burning damage or something. My one was just the first blood when I killed that Schlieffen at the beginning. But, yeah. It just goes to show you can have a good hard fight and, lose. Which we did. And like I say, I don't know, having watched that, there was much more I could do. I bagged 3 ships. Spotting damage was actually only... The enemy charged forward an awful lot. Where's this? Yeah, that's potential damage. I've lost my spotting damage. Maybe it doesn't show spotting damage. Oh no, there we go, 21,000. I think a lot of them were able to be seen normally anyway, because a lot of them were quite big ships on our side. They had the Prussian and the likes. But, yeah, anyway. Hope you like that. And I'll catch you later.